Grand Rising Loves. This is the altar spread for the collective today. It's a good spread. I love when I start seeing good ones. I'm like, all right, people doing it. We're doing it. And so it's crazy because I wake up to tons of messages and I know people are losing their shit. Things are becoming stressful. And I don't watch TV. I actually haven't even been scrolling on timelines. I don't read newspapers. I don't engage in any of that. So my information, my authority comes from the wisdom of my connection. And so I know what's going on. I know the truth of what's going on, not the polluted truth of media. So I understand it, and I know that it's chaos, and I know that a lot of people are experiencing shakedown. And what I mean by that is like a recalibrating of your human experience, because anything that's out of alignment is being corrected right now. So even those who are more conscious are experiencing like physical disturbances, and that's fine because your physical body is preparing to hold a higher vibration. So things are being corrected in your physical self, DNA. You're becoming a more open vessel. So all of that is normal. Chinese medicine refers to that as a healing reaction, where you have flare-ups of like very old ailments that are happening, even though you're uber healthy. So just be aware of that. Anyhow, the sacred geometry that showed up for today, I love this. And this showed up not too long ago, I remember. So Metatron's cube, and if you want to do a screenshot, this is an amazing sacred geometry. And so it contains masculine, feminine, all the balance, but this contains every one of the platonic solids in here. It's all contained in Metatron's cube. Now, Metatron's cube is all about creating wholeness and cohesiveness within self, but also once that's achieved outside of oneself, so with the consciousness. And that's actually the diligent work that I do, is to try to heal the frequency of the collective. So Metatron's cube, meditating on that will start to open you as a vessel so that you are more spirit than human, but allowing the spirit to be in the driver's seat. It creates balance between your masculine and feminine, between your dark and light. So that's incorporating everything together so that you are a cohesive whole, that you are not denying or rejecting any of your parts, that you are aware of all your parts. And so I love that about Metatron's cube. Now, if you meditate on that, it'll bring to the surface those things that need to be balanced. But you can also call upon Metatron to enter your meditation, and he uses the cube to actually cleanse and recalibrate the chakras. So that is also a meditation that you can do. So it's a beautiful card to show up. Work on the cohesiveness of yourself and then outwardly. But notice that also if your environments or reality is not cohesive, if it is not harmonious, if it is unbalanced, it is because there exists that within you. So our reality is always a materialization and manifestation of what is within. So the staff showed up in reverse. The staff talks about authority, and the staff talks about wielding the power of leadership and connectedness. But knowing that being in charge is not to be feared, but rather revered. And those who bear the staff know that that authority comes only from love. And so you have to really be aware of, it's the same as intent. I mean, what is your intent? So showing up in the reverse, it asks you that, like, what is your intent? What are you trying to create? And how are you with others in your space? This is about like highest integrity, pure intent, and wielding the staff with the ability to be trusted. And if you are operating from a place of deceit, you can't. And so, but it's also saying, like, now is the time to write that. You're being given the golden opportunity to balance anything that's out of balance, which is the message of Metatron's cube. Like, let's get it balanced now. Let's fix it. And I do believe that, like, if there are stragglers of dense energy that are not willing to do that, especially in this shakedown, unfortunately, that energy is going to be eradicated. And if the percentage is too high, the entire earth plane will be. And I know that sounds like doom and gloom. It's not. I mean, this is just a cycle of our energy. And it has happened multiple times. And those who have been here, those of us who are ancient souls, we have a soul memory of that. And this chaos is kind of triggering that soul memory that's like kind of sending out the spidey sense into our cellular memory that, oh, the shit's gonna hit the fan. But if we work diligently on ourselves and we know that we are correcting that, and we start to see that writing itself in our reality, you're doing what you need to do. So there's nothing really to worry about. There's nothing to be anxious about. And so stay present. Always stay present. Remember, this is the only space and time that it really exists. So stay here, stay now. And now is the golden opportunity to create that harmony, to correct anything that's out of balance. And so it's not, it's not a smackdown, this card. It's actually saying, hey, let's do this. Now's the time. So chrysoprase showed up, and I just happened to have a beautiful chrysoprase heart. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it matches my nails. I just noticed. So chrysoprase is beautiful because it talks about giving, okay? And so many are in that space of giving where you're giving to receive, giving to earn your worth, giving to be lovable, right? Or are you over giving to make yourself feel good? Or are you over giving, neglecting yourself? Those are all the wrong reason to give. And so what chrysoprase brings is a heart opening, because when you are heart-centered, again, it goes back to intent. When you are heart-centered and when you're in your highest integrity, you are more spirit than human, and you don't see yourself as separate. So when you see yourself as part of a whole and you know that we are one, it writes your intent. So there is no more this like, I have to give to feel lovable. I have to be doing this to earn my worth. That goes away, because you know that everyone is you and everything that shows up is you. And there's also no overgiving, neglecting yourself, because you realize that when you neglect yourself, it'll show up in your reality as lack. And so you don't do that either. So really, chrysoprase is beautiful because, and I love this message because there are two spaces that I've been telling all of my clients to work on: your root chakra and your heart chakra. Really, that's what needs to be ironclad and healthy right now, especially now. Work on the root chakra and heart chakras. The heart chakra is infinite. That's what's going to connect you to all that is. That's what helps you realize that you are not separate, that we are all one. But it corrects your intent. It starts to stabilize your integrity. And the root chakra also does that because you feel grounded and safe. And when you feel that way, it starts to heal the lack. So you don't want to operate from a place of deceit to hold others captive or manipulate others, thinking that you have this void of need that needs to be filled. So you use others to fill that need, or you use substances to fill that need. And so it corrects that and it starts to harmonize. So this is also a harmonizer, like Metatron's cube and the staff in reverse. So really that's the cohesiveness of today's spread, and I love that message. And so Kaitiaki, the guardian of Papatuanuku. Papatuanuku is Gaia, it's Mother Earth, right? And Kaitiaki talks about being the divine feminine guardian, and how we being in that deep connectedness with Gaia, with Papatuanuku, we are held through the experience of being human, and it actually will help us, support us, empower us, strengthen us, so that we can move through the human experience as light, as love, with deep reverence, high integrity. And so this is also the harmonizing of our human experience. So I really love today's spread. How can we harmonize our human experience? So deep communion with self, but here is a tool for your meditation, Metatron's cube, and you can call on Metatron as a support using that sacred geometry, knowing that now is the time. That's a call to action. The staff in reverse is a call to action, and chrysoprase is another ally. So Metatron's cube and chrysoprase, and also Papatuanuku, Gaia, these are the tools for the call to action. And I love that. So that's the spread for the day. Thank you. For any disharmony, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.